beautiful daughter. The doctor said it's a mongoloid. He looked at her in disgust. He said, put it in an institution, or you'll end up an alcoholic. The doctor said your marriage will fail. He said, get rid of it, live a normal life. Who's gonna love her when I'm gone? Am I going to love her? I said, why? Why, God? Why me? Why my baby?
He knows I think he knows he's different to some extent.
Yeah.
He needs special help. There's times when I want to take all 3 boys, but I can't. I gotta just take the 2. And then I leave Kyle behind. And then he's screaming at the door. And I just want him to be normal as much as possible.
He's so beautiful with who he is. He's comfortable in himself. He doesn't realize what we consider to be wrong. He doesn't realize he's like that.
When the doctor came to the room and he examined Katie, and he determined that Katie had Down syndrome, and he came over and he explained that it was a mongoloid, there was a pit in my stomach that I didn't even know could exist. It was as though time stood still. And as he went on to explain that this mongoloid would never talk or never walk, it would never feed itself, it would never be potty trained, that unfortunately the laws were such that you couldn't kill it, euthanasia it. The best thing you could do was put it in an institution so that we would be able to go on and have a normal life.
Once upon getting the diagnosis of mentally impaired, that was difficult. A lot of fear. Where do we go with all of this, and what does the future hold for us?
I don't think that's changed today.
No.
We still have the same questions and concerns, and I mean, we're still ignorant about what that's going to mean for tomorrow.
One of my greatest pains, aside from the exhaustion, is concern about his future, because we're mid-40s, and who's going to take care of him? Who's going to support him? Is he going to have the help that he needs? It pains me greatly to see the unacceptance still, after all these years of so-called mainstreaming or integration, whatever you want to call it, that there is still that that wall there of unacceptance for a lot of people. That's a big pain. A mother's hurt.
In the past, the church hasn't reached out to special needs people. And quite honestly, I'm not sure we've known what to do.
One of the many purposes of King's Table Ministry is to come alongside families that have experienced some of what we've experienced. For example, is taking a family that worships together, stays together, we've heard that. Typically, if you have a disabled child, you can't worship together. We'd like to come alongside and help provide programs that will allow parents of people with disabilities the privilege to worship together.
Today, King's Table Ministries can show us how to reach out to these folks and to meet their needs. And by coming alongside these families and supporting them, it's a great opportunity to share the love of Christ, and it's an avenue for evangelism and for outreach.
What I really want to happen is the Word of God to move the hearts, to move to action. And that's where we've lacked. That's where we've lacked in the church, is we have the heart, but we're paralyzed. And we're paralyzed because we don't have the tools and the resources to know what to do. And that's really what we're out there to accomplish, is to create the tools to help people do what the body's called to do.
You know, when a congregation understands the needs and how to work with these people and begins to share the love of Christ, the members who volunteer get so much more in return.
And these children are really inspirational. They're so loving, they're so giving, no conditions.
They were very accepting, very accepting of who we were. And of course they remember your name and they look for you the next week and the next week. And if you miss a week, they're going to ask you where you were the week that you missed.
Being with a special needs group, they're so much fun. And they love to be hugged. Oh, I love this. They love to be hugged. They smile and they can sing.
Anytime I've been around the kids at all, I'm the one that gets the blessing. They don't. What do you think?
I think after it was all over and we were going out those doors where I had just come in, I have to be honest. This is what I said. Hot dog, I feel like I'm at home.
What we think is perfect and what we think life should be like, it just doesn't always happen that way. So he's given them special challenges, I feel like, to teach us.